Did you think you were listening to Black Sabbath, Iron Man? No. No, you weren't. So, that's it. Welcome to the 33rd episode of the Clip This podcast with me, your host, Grandmaster Flash, and your co-host, Martin Mart. Hello, and we are back in business, folks. I feel a little bit more energized than usual, so you might be in for a session of ADHD or ADAD or DAHC. I feel like I'm crumbling already, but let's just jump straight into it. So I actually thought about something that I wanted to bring up on this podcast. Don't take it as preparation, because I never prepare for this podcast. Don't you worry. It's not going to change. The levels are going to be as low as they've always been. There's nothing is going to change on that behalf. I think I am recording, right? I am recording, yes. Just got a little bit scared. As you do. You just sit on your computer sometimes and you just get frightened to death. That's how life goes, really. So let me just bring up the thing that I was supposed to bring up. So I thought to myself, sometimes you might actually be better off being completely blissfully unaware about your your whereabouts in traffic, like when you're going into traffic, like just blissfully unaware in traffic, not having a clue about what's next to you or what's coming at you, just rolling around like you're never seen it before. That's what I thought about today, because sometimes I tend to see something in the periphery or right in front of me even, that I think like, oh, I need to avoid this. I need to avoid this obstacle that is in front of me. But no matter how hard I try to actually avoid it, it ends up not being avoided in an efficient way. It just ends up like a fucking cringe fest of like miscommunication, and that's what I want to avoid. So I don't want to be in a cringe fest. I don't want to be in miscommunication with other people. Like, who do you think I am? Some social parasite? I don't believe I am. I might be an unsocial, socially awkward. Anyways, so I thought about this in two separate scenarios. Sorry for using the cuss words, Jesus Christ, praise the Lord. And I thought I would go through these two scenarios and see if you agree with my not so sympathetic statement. But I think you'll get the point when I actually explain it. So I was in the gym today, subtle flex, and I saw this person standing at a dumbbell rack. So I thought, okay, let me just, because I needed to use the dumbbells, obviously, and he was using the dumbbells, no problem. We've all been there before, and unless you're a little person, no hate. I'm small as well. Don't come for me, please. So the LP community is strong, I believe. So, as I said, he was using the dumbbells. I was about to use the dumbbells. I was walking towards the dumbbell rack. I had placed my water bottle on the ground, stating like, please notice this. Please take note of this. I'm about to use the dumbbell rack. I walk towards the dumbbell rack. I think that he's done, because he's no longer Like he's put the dumbbell on the ground, I believe, which is it's no sign of you being done. But I just thought I could read something of his body language, and I don't actually know, now that I think about it, if he had placed the dumbbells down. I think he had placed the dumbbells back, actually. And that's why I thought, oh, he's leaving. So I gave this man some space. Like, you're allowed to leave, sir. So I thought that would be enough. Obviously wasn't. Didn't move an inch. So I started walking towards dumbbell rack, getting closer, quite close, actually, like maybe 2 meters, which you have to use some kind of converter for that, I believe, if you're American, but I don't care. So 2 meters away from this guy, I look at the guy. I think I can read that he's leaving, so I give him some space. He doesn't move an inch. I move forward, so I never stop during this moment, but you can be a little bit hesitant in your body language and stuff. Like, I gave him space. All right, I give him space, and he doesn't move, obviously. So I get a move on, and that's when he moves. He does like some slight movement forward, and I was like, oh, he's on the move. He's on the move right now, as I'm moving towards him. He's on the way somewhere. He's away from there, walking away. So I thought, oh, well, I don't want to make this awkward, so I slow down again and almost stop, like almost to the point of where I'm about to take another step, but I hold my step. So I'm mid-step, not looking at this guy. I just turn away for a second, like looking if there's something in his way or what he's waiting for. He doesn't move further than 2 inches or whatever, like just a fraction of the movement that he needs to get out of my way. So now we are stuck in a place I don't want to be stuck in, right? So I'm mid-step, or basically standing still. He was moving, but he's no longer moving. I stare at this guy's face, and there's no reaction. Like, there's no signal of anything. Like, there's no panic, and no determination, no confidence, no nothing. Like, it's like he's woken up in his bed in the morning and just opened his eyes right then and there. And I don't know how to read this. So I walk forwards, and that is the right move, because he doesn't move. Because I pick up the dumbbells behind him, and when I've actually picked the dumbbells up, he moves, and he goes on his way. And I can put my dumbbells back in, down, and do the workout thing. Get back to my workout after this cringe fest experience. So that was one like example, one of the examples. And mind you, I don't have any. I don't mind him or anyone in the gym. Like, obviously it's a public space. I don't care what you do, but I want to have communication that works. I don't want to be in that spot, of like, are you moving? Am I moving? I just want to like scream at the top of my lungs, "Are you moving, or am I moving?" You know. And obviously I would never do that, because I would turn into I believe I'd turn into dust. I'd turn myself into dust by just believing that I want to that much. You know, the want would be too strong for me not to turn to dust in that moment. Or I'd do like a ostrich way, just drive my head into the floor and see if I pass out or if I get, my head underground. Either way. The second example was after the gym. Like, I get out of the gym has a parking lot next to it, and you can tell I've given this a little bit of thought, right? Because I'm actually speaking and making sense this time, which I don't normally do in my podcasts. I just think that I normally don't have anything whatsoever to talk about, but this topic actually was, I thought it was kind of, I feel like I had to bring it up. So the next example, I walk out of the gym. The gym is next to a parking lot. You have to cross the parking lot in order for me to get home, because that's where I live. That's where I reside, as you would say. So I see that this person before me is on his bike, and he's on the move, obviously. Otherwise, this wouldn't be a segment. Or this wouldn't be brought up as an example. So I move towards across the parking lot. I see that this guy is on his bike. He's on the move as well. So I think that there is. I first off think that he's going to get some speed. He's going to, buzz off, basically. I miscalculate his slow speed, to put it nicely. So I take a few steps and I realize, this isn't going as quickly as I thought it would. So I turn my head towards him and I see that he's now picking up a little bit more speed. The window where he would fit through before me is significantly smaller now than it was just a second ago. I don't think he wants to give that window up. But I don't realize this, because I've now looked away from him because I thought he was slow, and I'm looking forward now instead. So I'm walking forward and I realize, this guy is getting significantly closer to me than he was before. And I think that the window is too small for him to fit through. So I speed up instead. And mind you, he's also speeding up. So we are both going for this narrow window, and we are both increasing our pace towards this window. And this is not a good thing, And luckily he realizes this once he's taken a few more, roundabouts with his feet, on the bike, and actually slows down a little and turns to the right, so that I can, I'm determined at this point. Like, I will not let you through this gap, because you had your chance, but you let that chance go. So I think he took the high road, and he backed off, essentially, and moved out from behind me instead, and I won, essentially. And that's the gist that I want you to take from this. don't let anyone win in traffic. Let yourself win. Set yourself up to win in traffic and see it as a game. No, I'm obviously being a silly goose right now. But my actual sentiment is that you should go. Like, imagine if I didn't look at him 3 times during that interaction, or whatever you want to call it, with the bike. Like, me just blissfully walking across the parking lot, not even minding that this guy is here, that this person is even alive. He could be anything. He could be a wrecking ball from Miley Cyrus' music video, rolling about the rolling about the parking lot. He could be an eagle just flying lower than ever before. I mean, he could be anything at this point, and I would not give a single, the F word, and it would be all right. Now, because I actually acknowledged him, and this goes for the first example as well. Like, if I hadn't even paid attention to the fact that this person was there, it would have been better, probably. Like, it wouldn't even be an interaction at that point. It would just be me walking to the dumbbell rack, or me walking home, and that's what I wanna point you at. Just go blissfully into traffic, have no whereabouts of your surroundings, and you'll be fine. No, that's obviously not the sentiment I want to get at. I just wanted to share these dumb little stories because I actually thought about them a little bit too much walking home from the gym. So I thought, now that I've actually spent this much time thinking about this, I might as well share it, because it's not sane to just think about this thing, and it might not be more sane to share it on like here, what, it might be more insane, but I'm fine with being insane. There's no, like, I don't hate anyone, I don't mind anyone. This was just what it was, and yeah, I mean, that's 18 minutes of content right there. I don't know. Weather report, obviously, ending with the the most boring segment. So it's been a little bit chillier because it's actually October now. It's actually October, so it's actually autumn at this point. It's actually fall or autumn. I don't know why those are different words in different parts of the world, and I don't know which one I like more. I used to like autumn more because I liked pronouncing it more, but I think I like fall more now, because it captures the feeling of fall better than autumn does. Like, autumn just feels like August, but it's another word for it, for the month, and August isn't even autumn, so that doesn't make sense, because August is a part of some. I was about to say autumn is a part of summer. No, August is a part of summer, so that doesn't make any sense. So now I like fall better, and because the leaves are falling, it makes a lot more sense in every shape of in every imagination of the word, or in any real scenario as well. Like, in every sense, it makes more sense, So it's been a little bit chillier. The leaves are starting to get some color. They are starting to fall off. It's starting to look exactly like fall does. So no, it's actually not been raining as much as I thought. Usually it rains a lot during fall, I feel like, but it actually hasn't been that much rain at this point. But that's the boring part. I think I've done 20 minutes now. Yeah, I've done 20 minutes. So that would be the 33rd episode of the Clip This podcast. I must thank you for listening. No, I thank you for sticking your ear to the streets and listening to what it has to say. And take care of your relatives, your family, and your family ties, or your mob ties, whatever ties you got. And like, subscribe, clip this or don't clip this. Stay safe and peace, my people.